Who's here on Brandon Pena? All right, is your client here?
He's in custody.
Oh, have him come down.
He's right now.
All right. So this was previously set for a hearing on July 31st, and he left and never returned.
That's my understanding, Judge.
All right.
I was also not the attorney at the time.
So first things first, is this going to end up being a contested?
We don't have an agreement right now. I mean, obviously, our goal is going to be to try to work it out. But Mr. Pena has been very actively working services with CPS and being tested through them. And there's a lot of material I need through that apparatus to bring to court that I think would be helpful for the court's understanding. And so obviously, I'm gonna need some time to get that done. I just got hired over the weekend.
Okay. So how much time do y'all need for a contested? What date?
I'd ask for approximately 30 days, Judge.
Okay, I'm not going to give you all 30 days. He's been gone since July of 2023.
Yes, Judge.
So, state,
Yes, Judge.
how long would it take you to have your witnesses?
Not long, Judge. It shouldn't be, if I believe correctly, shouldn't take that long.
All right, so the week of October 28th?
That should be more than enough time, Judge.
All right. Ms. Ferguson, if you'll put this down for October 31st. And I'll put it down as a contested. If it's not a contested, you all just let me know.
I understand, Judge.
All right. Now, the next thing, defense has filed a motion for a bond. Is that correct?
That's correct, Judge.
All right, we're going to go on the record. Court is calling 2020 CR 1209, State versus Brandon Rocky Pena. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Yeah, U.S. Court for the State of Texas.
Louis Martinez on behalf of Mr. Pena.
And are you Mr. Pena? You're gonna have to speak up so the court will. All right. So defense, you're asking that a bond be set?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and he's entitled to one based upon the fact that he's on deferred adjudication. Have you all had a chance to confer on a bond amount?
Judge, we haven't had a chance to confer. I don't believe we're in agreement.
All right. Do you all want to confer on a bond amount?
Judge, we've conferred on it.
Oh,
And,
okay.
and so, Mr. Pena's very much in need of getting out. He's involved in the CPS case, like I've told the court. He's been working services, he's been taking his classes. There is a final trial on the merits on Thursday. We're trying to get him available for that. I know that, I mean, obviously that it's hard for me to come here and say, Judge, don't worry about it, he'll be here, because he didn't show you that before. But I think the fact that he's been working through that system and staying clean and participating in that, and what CPS has asked him to do, and I've got.
But is he clean because he's in custody?
Our contention is he'd be clean even if he wasn't in custody, Judge, and we've got a certificate from his parenting classes.
Any objection to the court meetings?
And so obviously he's clean right now, Judge. Obviously he's in custody. What he contends to me is that even if you weren't in custody, he'd be clean because he's trying to stay in compliance with CPS. So to that end, Judge, I'm asking the court to set a bond. The last bond he had in this case was $15,000. I'd ask for something around that amount. Generally doesn't have all the money in the world.
You want to call your client as a witness with regards to bond amount?
Sure.
All right, you want to raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record. All right, defense?
So Brandon, you guys know what, you understand how bonds work, right? You're paying 10% of whatever the bond premium is. Okay, so the judge were to set a bond. For example, the last one was $15,000. You'd have to pay approximately $1,500 to get out. You understand that? Yes. Okay. Now, do you, to the best of your knowledge, does your family have, let's say, $15,000 or $10,000 that they can pay for a bond?
Okay, I cannot hear you and the court reporter cannot hear
You
you.
have to speak up and speak clearly.
Okay, wait a second. I'm sorry, I didn't understand what you were saying. To the court reporter, did you understand what he said?
Got it, Judge.
Okay, repeat it for me, because I didn't hear.
Yeah, my family don't have enough money.
Okay, he said his family don't have much money.
That's correct.
Okay.
So in your opinion, I mean, obviously it would take a couple of weeks for them to scrape up enough money to bring me aboard on this case, right?
Yes, sir.
And so if your family had to come up with money, would they be able to come up with approximately $1,000? Would that be kind of pushing it?
Yeah, yes, sir.
When we have to speak up,
Yeah, they come up with 1,000.
Okay, so you're asking the court to set.
I'm so sorry. Here's the thing. I cannot hear you. You're speaking very fast and all of your words are running together. And it's making it hard for me to hear. So, could you repeat your last question?
Do you believe that your family can come up with about $1,000 to get you out?
Yes, sir, they can come up with 1,000.
Okay. Do you believe that they'd be able to come up with significantly more than that?
No, no more than that.
Okay, well, speak clearly, speak slowly.
Yeah, $1,000 they can probably come up with.
So are you asking this court to set a bond somewhere around $10,000 for you in this case?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you understand that you've been gone before, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, you understand that's going to be taken into consideration when the bond is set.
Yes, sir.
But you have been staying clean, correct?
Yes, sir.
You have been staying out of trouble, correct?
Yes, sir.
There's no new offenses that are alleged.
No.
You've been working services through CPS,
Yes, sir.
and you very much need to be at that hearing on Thursday, correct?
Yes, sir.
So you're asking the court to take those factors into consideration?
Yes, sir.
Are you working right now? Well, where were you working before you got picked up?
Yeah, I work with my brother. He owns his own business, cutting trees.
Okay, so you cut trees. But approximately how much do you make cutting trees, approximately?
Per day, like 100, 125.
So maybe 100 to 125 a day. How many days a week were you working?
5 days out of the week.
Okay. But how long have you been in custody now?
3 weeks.
And so for those 3 weeks, your family's had no income.
No.
And so there's not, $1,500 or $3,000 in a savings account somewhere. But any money that you made has been spent.
No.
Any money that you had made before has been spent by now, right?
Or
As far as conditions, if the judge were to have you report weekly and test weekly, would you be able to do that?
yes, sir.
And once again, it's your contention that if the court were to test you, you'd be testing negative, right?
All right, any questions?
Yes, how many times have you gotten bond before where you later never showed up to court?
Just one time.
So you previously have been given a bond and then you never showed up to your next court date. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Nothing from the state judge.
All right, and with regards to his CPS hearing that's upcoming, my understanding that they do have, if it's a jury trial, they will have them brought over, is that correct?
Judge, I don't know, I don't practice in CPS court. I know that you've got some experience with that, Judge.
Unless they've changed, because if they're trying to terminate your parental rights, they have to have you brought over, or they may be doing it by Zoom. But my understanding is on the civil side, Zoom would have to be agreed to. Otherwise, they'll bring you over from the jail for your hearing. So it won't be a matter of you missing your hearing unless you waive appearance. All right. So how much are you asking for defense in a bond?
Judge, the last one was 15. The family, I think, could be able to hire a bondsman and, somewhere in the $15,000, $20,000 range. If the bondsman will take 5% up front, which they usually will. So that's what I'm asking the court to do, is to consider something in the $15,000 to $20,000 range, with weekly ways and weekly reporting.
All right, state, what are you requesting?
Judge, state's asking for $40,000. There have been previous times where he's not reported after getting a bond. Again, that's been a recurring issue in this case. We also ask for GPS, partial if you have work, and weekly reporting to make sure that he's staying on track.
All right, the court Set your bond at $15,000, partial GPS, waive fees, and it's for employment only. And of course, I will put in for also all court settings.
Yes, Judge. No,
Is there anything else?
Judge, my concern is, sometimes even when we post bond, if there's a GPS hold, they don't get released until there's a GPS available for them.
Oh, there should be one.
That, it's just been my experience, Judge, that can certainly be a holdup.
If there isn't, let the court know and we'll take care of it.
Okay,
All right.
thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Norma, if you can give him a reset form to make sure he has it.
Judge, we wanted to set this case for trial.
Okay.
We also have an MTR. The new supplemental MTR includes the new allegation, but regardless, I want to work on looking at discovery and then talking to my client again, and then we're gonna, but at this point, we're just asking for a trial setting.
All right, so with regards to the new case, so have you received all discovery?
Yes,
Was an offer tendered?
yes,
Was that tendered today or another day?
today.
All right, then, what we're gonna do is we're gonna come back. How old are you, sir?
41.
We're gonna come back on October 21st. That will be your plea deadline date. And then I'm gonna give you all a date for the contested hearing at that time, if that's where we are.
That's fine, Judge.
All right, see you back on October 21st. Thank you. And Ms. Abrams, the motion to revoke, it's gonna be set for October 21st. But if it turns out that it's contested, we'll get a contested date for it. Who is here on Brenda Rodriguez?
Present, Your Honor.
Court is calling 2024 CR 1637, State versus Brenda Rodriguez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
U.S. Court of the State of Texas.
Michael DeLeon for Ms. Rodriguez.
And are you Ms. Rodriguez? Counsel, have you received all of the discovery and did you review it with your client?
I have, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Rodriguez, did you review the document entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the
We
indictment?
do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Judge, we're reducing it to a class A assault bodily injury case.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Did you understand the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of assault bodily injury as a class A misdemeanor?
Yes, ma'am.
Range of punishment is up to 1 year in the Bexar County Jail and up to a $4,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that the court would grant your application for deferred adjudication? If for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 1 year in the Bexar County Jail
Yes,
and up
ma'am.
to a $4,000 fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain agreement with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea bargain agreement, the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of assault bodily injury. There's a $1,500 fine. State is silent on your application for deferred adjudication. State recommends community supervision. There's to be restitution, if any, and restitution, if any, to Angel, A-N-E-L, Yoselin, Y-O-S-E-L-I-N, Soto, Figueroa. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 2 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation, 150 hours of community service restitution, and no contact with Angel, Yoselin, Soto, Figueroa. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offense as charged, to the offense of assault bodily injury as a class A misdemeanor, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We are proceeding to, I would like to be heard on deferred.
Yes.
Ms. Rodriguez is 38 years old. She works at Popeye. She makes $13 per hour, Judge. No priors in her adult history whatsoever. This was just an unfortunate incident that got out of control. She's taking responsibility for that. We're asking the court to, if there's a possibility of probating any of that fine. Additionally, the state's recommending 2 years probation. We would respectfully ask for 12 months to 18 months of deferred adjudication, given the fact that, you know, she is entering this plea, and we believe that the whole burglary of habitation situation got blown out of proportion.
All right, so Ms. Rodriguez, why are you in a fight with the complainants?
Due to my son, but I didn't want to involve him.
That was what?
It was due to my son. He's 13 years old. He was visiting my father that lived in the same apartment. It's like a duplex as Amando. And she verbally was assaulting like him, telling him stuff. He called me frightened. I was at work actually, because I used to work from home. I went to go pick him up. I did not know that that was gonna happen. When my son got into my vehicle, he was just shaking. He, you know, things like that. So it just kind of, my mother instinct just kind of kicked in, and
No,
I
I mean,
just
the mother
realized
instinct
that.
is like you pick up the phone and call the police.
yeah. I just
So did anybody hit him?
No, it was just like, I mean, just threatening that was it for him, but,
So how do you know them?
I know her since she was younger, but my sister lived with her. My sister, she had a CPS case, and my sister was the one that was, living with her so she could have supervised visitation with her daughters, so that's how I got to know her.
All right, and who is Vivian Morales?
I don't know her. I think she was just there visiting. And now I don't even know who that is.
I'm sorry, Viviana Morales. All right, here's your choice. I can give you deferred adjudication. If I give you deferred adjudication, it's going to be for 2 years. Or I will give you probation for 1 year, but it'll be a conviction.
We'll take the deferred adjudication, Your Honor.
All right, the court will sentence you to 2 years deferred adjudication. There's a $1,500 fine that'll be probated, restitution if any, and no contact with Angel Yoslin Soto Figueroa. There's to be no contact with Viviana Morales. There's 150 hours community service restitution. That will be deemed satisfied once anger management is completed. Proof of employment within 30 days, no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular random UAs. Field visits, 1 time per month for 2 months. Probation, is there anything else? Is there anything else you need from the court? All right, good luck to you. Thanks for dressing appropriately for court.
Thank
I
you.
hope you look back on this and realize you should have done things
100%.
differently.
I'm not gonna, I have a grandson that I wanna visit in California, and because of this, I haven't been able to do that, so.
Okay.
Yeah, first and last time.
All right, but the grandson is not with your 13-year-old, right?
No, I have
Okay.
my oldest daughter, cause she's in the Navy, so she's stationed over
Oh.
there, so, yeah, my grandson is gonna turn a year, so I haven't seen.
Oh,
him.
you have to go over there and
Yes,
spoil
I
him.
do. So I'm
And
just
then you
trying
have to
get-
have your daughter say, you didn't allow us to do this, but then you can say, yeah, but I'm the grandmother.
Yes.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you
Thank you,
so much.
Judge.
You're welcome. Who's here on Mario Herrera? Are there any applications in this? Court is calling 2024 CR 6728, State versus Mario Herrera. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Andrew Harris, Salem,
Defense?
Todd Coronado, Commissioner Herrera.
And are you Mr. Herrera?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram? That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility. and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Very satisfied.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
I am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
I did.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 2 years in the state jail facility. There's a $1,500 fine and state recommends community supervision. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your community supervision be for a term of 2 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation and 150 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am, I understand.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest, ma'am.
Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
We asked him to grant him probation. He says he'll be able to successfully complete his probation and is looking forward to doing it as well. So we do ask that you grant him probation this time.
All right, who is Enrique Garza to you?
That's my little brother.
Your younger brother?
Yes, ma'am.
So do you think it's a good idea for you to be with your younger brother and have drugs?
No, ma'am,
All right. Do you have any children?
I don't.
Are you employed or no?
I was employed before I got arrested.
Doing what?
I was a cook. Oh, I started as a dishwasher. Now I'm a cook.
Where?
At this restaurant that just opened up. It's on Bandera. It's right there by J-Wing.
What's the name of it?
I just started.
And how often were you using drugs?
Before I was using it quite often.
What is caught quite often?
Probably about 2 or 3 days, maybe. That's about it. I stopped for a while. I haven't used since August.
But how long have you been in custody?
I've only been in custody since September.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. Court is going to sentence you to 2 years in the state jail facility, suspended and probated for 2 years. There's a $1,500 fine that will be probated, 150 hours community service restitution, regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, proof of employment within 45 days of release. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider with minors. TAP evaluation and referral to felony drug court in custody. Follow all recommendations. Field visits 1 time per month for 3 months. 90 sober support meeting in 90 days. Probation, is there anything else? Is there anything else that you need from the court to be successful?
No.
All right, good luck to you. If you ever need anything, just let your probation officer know. If you feel as though they're not addressing it, you can come back to court, okay?
Okay, thank you very much, ma'am.
All right, thank
I
you.
appreciate it.
All right, you're welcome.
Thank you. Maybe excuse.
Yes,
Thank you.
Your Honor,
yes.
when is Aldo Lisalis reset?
Just give me a moment. Counsel, who are you here with?
Here for Zaiden&Amanda.
All right, you didn't ask them to pull the file. I was just wondering.
Just
You're
wait, Judge.
sitting there.
Just waiting.
All right, do you have Zaiden&Ali?
You good? Oh, you want to go up?
Yes.
Come on.
All right, state on this case, how long do you expect jury trial?
2 days, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a jury trial date on this case, criminal trial division, 2 days.
Probably 3.
That's 2.
And Your Honor, we will have one witness who is unavailable next week.
All right,
Judge, I'm gonna be unavailable next week, be assisting my daughter
this
move
works out great.
from Florida to Arizona, assuming they're still in Florida after tomorrow.
Oh, well, is your daughter in there
Yes,
right now?
she's right in the eye.
Oh my gosh, you need to be out of here.
But she's on the other side, so
All right,
hopefully it's not so bad.
what date? All right, see y'all back on November 4th. Once you sign the reset form, you are excused.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Who is the prosecutor on Amanda Mahula? All right. So you all say this is gonna be 1 day?
Yes, Judge. Excluding juries.
All right, right, where's Amanda? Hi. All right, on this case, it's gonna be a jury trial. That's correct, Mr. Montgomery?
That's correct, Your Honor. We spent most of this morning trying to work things out, but we're unable to do so.
All right, so your plea deadline has expired. Your next date will be going to jury trial.
Yes, ma'am.
Norma, set this in November. All right, we'll be back on November 4th for jury trial. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused. And thank you for dressing appropriately.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Your Honor.
Mr. Montgomery?
Well, so you know, Judge, there's some feedback somewhere on the feed end, either your microphone or the courtroom one.
All right, thank you.
Take care, Judge. Bye-bye.
All right, you two have a good one.